so I wanted to talk to you about something that I came across the other day that I think is going to be life-changing for me, and I think it will be for you too. So I wanted to share it with you. So it's the concept of minimalism. And if you've ever heard of that, then you know what I'm talking about. It's not the concept of minimalism where like you sell all your stuff and you go live like in a tiny house. It's not that. But it is where you get rid of a lot of your stuff, like 80 to 90% of your stuff. And I don't want to lose you on that, because what it is, just the premise of the concept is that your stuff ends up controlling your time. If you think about it, everything that you have is telling you something. It's telling you, dust me, clean me, pick me up. There's a lot of stressors that come with stuff because you have to maintain the stuff that you buy. Whether that's storing it, whether that is having to deal with cleaning it up all the time, or just deal with even looking at it. Visual clutter is stressful. Now, this is not decorating. Like if you look at my room, we have not decorated. We moved in recently, and so we came with one pod from our old house, so we didn't bring a lot of stuff with us. And when we did move, that was really great because it really forced me to declutter and get rid of more than half of our stuff. And I'm glad that it did. It was a hard thing to do, but I'm so glad that kind of like helped me start this concept, this idea going forward. Like I've been buying some things and bringing them home, thinking that we need it. And then I kind of stumble along this concept of minimalism and how awesome that kind of lifestyle would be. And so I'm like, oh man, I wish I hadn't bought that. But it actually is really awesome because it eliminates things that suck your time away that you don't want to do with your time. Do you want to clean up all the time? Do you want to look at a dirty house all the time? Do you want to do dishes and laundry all the time? Do you want loads and loads of laundry like we have? Or three loads of dishes a day? I mean, literally, we do 3 loads of dishes a day. Do we want to do that anymore? And so like the concept is that you don't have to, that you don't actually have to have all the stuff that you have. That we're so programmed in our minds as a society or something that we've got to own more, or that it's a good thing to own more stuff. And in reality, it just creates more stuff to manage. So Joshua Becker is someone to check out. He's got YouTube videos about this. And his story is that his neighbor, he was cleaning out his garage and his poor son wanted him to come play. But he had his Saturday that he had to clean out his garage because his garage was a pit disaster and he had to do it. And instead of being able to do what he wanted to do with his time, he had to manage all of his stuff. And his neighbor came over and was like, hey, my daughter's a minimalist and she keeps telling me that I don't need to own all this stuff. And she's like, I don't think you do either. And so she told him about that idea. And now he's like, he makes videos about minimalism on YouTube and how it has completely changed his life. But the one lady I really, really like that I've been watching and like binging on her YouTube videos on this concept, when I accidentally stumbled upon her, I have no idea how I did. But I absolutely have been getting so many ideas from her. She's called the Minimal Mom. And so her house, is very simple. She decorates it though. So it's not like you walk into her house, or I don't walk into her house, but in her videos, you can see her house. And she says when people come over, she doesn't have to like all of a sudden clean up the house because there's really nothing to clean up. She's got like 6 or 9 bins, I think it is, for her kids' toys. And that's it. Like if they don't fit in the bins, they get rid of it. Her kids have plenty to do though. Like she really talks about the idea that it's better for them to go outside and play. And so she's got, the minimal toys in the house that is very, very manageable for her kids to manage. Because if you realize that your kids, the idea is that your kids really can't manage that much stuff. If you notice, because they can't. If your house is always a pit because your kids are putting it out with all their toys, and they just freak when you ask them to clean it up because like it's just so overwhelming to them, then you probably have too many toys. And that has totally been us. I have to get rid of some of their toys too, because you get all these odd things, random small things, and you feel like you got to keep it, or anyway, she says she gets rid of all that stuff. She's got a blocks bin, a Legos bin, a doll bin, whatever it is that your kid, what stage your kid's in, whatever toys they play with. And that's it for the house. And they have their books and stuff, but that's it. And then outside though, she really recommended getting things like a trampoline and bikes and a sandbox and water sprinklers and water guns, things to do outside. And she said it's so much healthier for them to get outside and play and do physical things like that, to be outside in the fresh air and the sun. And then also, creativity, give them cardboard and tape, and how much fun they have just doing simple things like that. So minimalism is simplifying your life, decreasing the stress, and realizing that the stuff that we own is actually causing us a lot of stress, and that we can get rid of it, and we can get rid of the stress. So anyway, I would check out Joshua Becker because he's got so many videos about this, and then also the Minimal Mom. So I've been watching their videos and getting so many good ideas, and just really getting excited about starting to implement this in my own life. With clothes and stuff, get rid of a lot of your clothes that you don't like, that you don't wear, that's just hanging up in your closet. And then when you go in, literally everything that's in there is something that you love, that fits you currently. And it's very easy to grab something to wear. It doesn't take any brain power to figure it out, and stress that causes you. And then the piles of laundry that, pile up, that eliminates that. So it's just amazing. So it's your house stays clean. You don't have all the stuff to manage, and you just kind of shift on your mentality that we don't need all the stuff. So Christmas comes around, birthdays come around, you get them one thing they need, one thing they want, and then an experience. And just, your kids adapt. They get used to, that's what I'm going to expect for Christmas and birthdays and stuff. And so anyway, I'm super excited about it. I hope that it makes you excited, because I really think that this is a huge problem that a lot of people have, and they don't realize that it's not just that you can't get it together. What's wrong with you? You can't keep your house clean. But instead, it's just, actually, we don't need all this stuff. So anyway, check out those two people, and I hope to share with you in the future about my progress on it.